Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Leaders Worldwide Toastmasters. I am the Sergeant at Arms, Isaac Ford. If you are a guest and you don't have a G in front of your name, please do so now. And please turn those cell phones off, because it seems like every time you're talking, somebody's trying to call you. So if you would cut those cell phones off, and if you have a role, put the title in your name. Club mission: we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in self-confident and personal growth. I'm a little tongue-tied for some reason. Club core, Toastmasters core values: integrity, leadership, service, and respect. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce the charter president, Cynthia Stott. Cynthia, you have the podium.
Thank you, Isaac. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We have an amazing event planned tonight. We have a phenomenal keynote speaker and some prepared speeches and a wonderful table topics impromptu section for you. So all of our guests get prepared to give a table topic response to some amazing questions. And I want to welcome everyone, all of our members and our guests. And I'd like you to introduce yourself if you like, if you're a guest. First of all, we have our dignitary visiting us. We have our Area Director, Karen Davis. Karen Davis, hi, welcome.
Hello, it's such a pleasure to be here this evening. Thank you for welcoming me. And I'm just so excited to be here and check out your club, be a part of your open house tonight. And thank you for, just opening your arms, making me feel so welcome. And I am the Area Director for Area D30, but I am also Vice President of PR for ARPB Toastmasters. And I've been a Toastmaster for so many years. And I'm way too young to have been a
If it was on a
Toastmasters
cake, there'd be a fire.
So I'm looking forward to this evening, and I'm really happy to see everybody and hear from the other guests as well. Back to you.
Well,
thank you.
Welcome, welcome. We're so glad you're here. We're glad you're our area director. And for our guests that don't know, an area director it manages or supervises or guides 4 clubs. So our club and 3 others in our area. So great. We're so happy to have Karen here tonight. And our guest, Ilios, would you like to introduce yourself? Are you available to introduce yourself? Maybe.
Okay, just quick introduction. Hello, everybody. I'm from Indonesia, District 87, Division G, Area G2, Empire Toastmaster, and I have been Toastmaster for 2 years. I joined during the pandemic, August 2020, and I have been keynote speaker, workshop speaker, educational speaker, and also panelist speaker about podcasting, comedy, and yes, soft skills. That's all about me. Back to you, DTM Cynthia.
Awesome. Podcasting. I love it. I love it. And Mary, you're a guest, not for long, but you're a guest this time. Would you like to introduce yourself and where you're calling in from?
Hi, everybody. I'm Mary Thomas. I am coming in from the Philippines. I'm a Malaysian, but I live in the Philippines right now. So happy to be here and so happy to be a member very soon.
Great. And tonight she's an evaluator. She's evaluating Alpana, one of our members. So excited to hear the Alpana's speech and then your evaluation. Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. And our guest, Michael Chu, would you like to introduce yourself and where you're calling in from?
Hello, I'm Michael. Good morning or good evening. I'm Michael. I'm calling from Malaysia. Great to join your open house. I'm invited by Dr. Mary from Philippines. Thank you.
Fantastic, fantastic. And are you already a Toastmaster too?
Yes, I'm a Toastmasters.
Awesome, awesome. We're going to have a little bit different kind of a meeting here then tonight with a keynote speaker. So
Thank you.
great. And then two more guests. We have Mona Safari. Mona, would you like to introduce yourself, where you're calling in from? Mona?
I think she might be away from her computer.
Okay. Okay, then the last guest will our last guest is Shumpa. Shumpa, would you like to introduce yourself and where you're calling in from? And I know that you're only going to be on audio with us today. That's fine. No problem.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, great.
Hi, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I don't know where you're all located, so I like to greet every part of the world. I am Shumpa Akhtar. I am located in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And if you're not aware of where Oklahoma is, it's near Texas. Let's see what else.
In the
I'm
middle
not a
of the USA, right smack dab in the middle.
Yes, I'm in the right in the central for sure. Let's see. I'm not a Toastmaster, so I'm not pro at this. So I'm just gonna be myself, and I'm here to learn. And thank you so much for giving me opportunity
Yeah.
to
And
participate and listen to you guys and learn.
great. And I think, is this your first Toastmasters meeting ever?
I think so. I
Okay.
think I did do a beginning, but that was in person.
Okay.
And that was a beginning level. That was years, I think 5 years ago.
Okay.
That was it.
Great.
virtually,
Great.
yes,
And we
this is
hope
my
that you
first
will
time.
join us as a member soon.
Yes, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
You're
and
excited to give
excited
your
to hear
TED
you
Talk. I
guys.
know you've been working on your TED Talk on Clubhouse.
Yes, yes. I have been writing my speech and writing out. It's been really messy, but I'm working on it. So
Yeah. Great.
at least I'm trying, right? That's all.
What was that?
matters. At least I'm trying. That's all it matters.
Yes. Yes. That's right.
But it's
That's
wonderful to
the
see you all,
hardest
and
thing.
I'm very excited to listen to you all.
Okay, great. You're going to hear a couple of 5 to 7 minute speeches like you're preparing for TEDx tonight.
Awesome.
So they're not, I don't know if they're TEDx speeches, but they're 5 to 7 minutes. So awesome, awesome. And now it's my pleasure to introduce our Toastmaster of the evening. That is DTM, Distinguished Toastmaster Rosalind Kahn. Please give her a warm welcome. Woohoo!
Good evening, everybody. It's wonderful to be here with you all tonight. I'm really excited to go ahead and introduce our theme. Our theme tonight is empowerment. So much in our world, we need to go ahead and uplift other people, make them feel better. It doesn't matter what your gender is, where you come from, but we can all empower one another. So in order to help us have a successful meeting, I have a few friends I've invited to share with us some responsibilities and how they can make our meeting even better. First, I'd like to go ahead and introduce Cassandra Gabardine, and she's going to be our general evaluator. Cassandra, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Rosalind. Everyone, my name is Cassandra Garabedian, and tonight I will be your general evaluator. And as your general evaluator, it is my responsibility to keep this meeting moving. In doing so, it is important for me to adhere to the agenda. So I hope you all have your agenda in hand. And with that agenda, we have role players here. And with that role player as the general evaluator, I can't do it all alone. It takes a village to run this meeting. And so with that, I have some helpers here. We work as a team, and I have a grammarian. And with my grammarian, I also have a timer. But first, let's have a look at our grammarian. And with that grammarian, we have one, Sandra Lee Edwards, who is going to tell us about her role and what it entails. Sandra, please take it away. Sandra, are you there?
You are muted, Sandra.
Thank you. So I'm the grammarian, and I am here to listen to all of you very carefully and to write down and remind you of the filler words that you often use. Well, we all use them, but we all try to get over it. But like and so, and it goes on and on, the filler words that we can use. So to help us get over that habit, I will remind you that you have used them. And I need to give you the word of the day, which I think should be joyous. I like the word joyous. And we all need joyousness all around us all the time. And so that's the word that I have chosen. Is there anything else I'm supposed to speak to?
No, that was great, Sandra. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
What?
Is anyone here familiar with using Mac computer, Apple?
I'm sorry, Nadine, can you repeat
I
that?
can't hear you. Am I supposed to hear you?
Anyone here familiar with using an Apple computer? A Mac.
I'm using a Mac.
Okay, Michelle, can I speak to you in the chat privately about?
Sure, happy.
So next on the evaluation team, we also have a timer. Now that is very important to the meeting and keeping it close and intact, following that agenda. So with that role, we have Isaac. Isaac, can you tell us about your role and
Yes.
how being a timer is very important?
Yes, okay. Thank you, Madam GE. I will be the timer tonight. And we have 3 different speeches, but I'll just give you the time for the keynote speaker, which is going to be 15 minutes. So at 13 minutes, I will show the green. At 14 minutes, the yellow. And at 15 minutes, the red. And the speaker will have 30 seconds to wrap up their thought. The table topic is going to be 1 to 2 minutes. And the evaluations are going to be 2 to 3 minutes. So it is my job to keep everyone on time. That will be my role for tonight. Back to you, Madam GE.
Mr. Zoom Master, would you mind making sure that everyone that is not speaking is muted? Just go ahead and mute them if they're not speaking.
I cannot mute Mona Safari. And like I said, she has,
Interesting.
so I don't know if you want me to remove her or.
No.
Mona does not have a microphone, so she's not
Oh.
going to be speaking
Okay.
anyway.
Okay.
Great. Thank you so much, Isaac.
So I think we go back to Cassandra. Oh, have you finished talking about the timing, Isaac?
Yes, I am done with the timing.
Okay, so then we go back to Cassandra. Cassandra, are you there?
Yes. Yes, can you hear me?
Yep.
It goes back to Madam Toastmaster.
Okay.
So we have come to the time where we're going to have our keynote speaker for today. Our keynote speaker for today is the beautiful Rosemary Sweeney. And let me pull this up. Rosemary Sweeney is a DTM, is the founder and the CEO of Sweeney's Consultancy, a company which helps women who struggle with money management to get in control of their finances without feeling stressed or overwhelmed, and arms to guide clients also having comfortable financial life within their means. With over 2 decades of experience in the finance industry, Sweeney is skilled in loans management, business development, and accounting. She's operated as treasury supervisor, debt control officer, finance coach. As a member of Toastmasters International, she held the position of treasurer of her club on a number of occasions. Sweeney is also a speaker, trainer, and coach, and has had opportunities to speak with persons around the globe on financial and other matters. She's a critical thinker and engages with others to help them solve problems of a financial nature. Sweeney loves volunteering and has served her Toastmaster Club at local, regional, and international levels. She's also a volunteer of the Dominican Republic Violence Against Women Hotline in the Dominica, and a leader in her community. One of her favorite pastimes is hiking. Sweeney's motto is always strive to help others. Her speech title is There's Always a Way. There's Always a Way, Rosemary Sweeney. Timing is 13 to 15 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the meeting. Greetings, Area Director Karen, fellow Toastmasters and guests. During October, Dominica and the other members of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States celebrate Financial Information Month. And this was a fitting time to launch Sweeney's Consultancy, a business which will help women manage their finance. And we will go a step further to assist children to understand financial literacy at a very young age. This idea was birthed when I signed up for a masterclass to discuss ways to grow a business. Now, although I did not have a business at that time, I excitedly signed up. My excitement quickly turned to disappointment when the class was postponed. But the organizer made me feel so alive because my disappointment was short-lived. She offered me 3 scenarios to choose from, and I chose the one-on-one coaching session with her. Can you believe it? After only 2 sessions, I was confident I could start a business, and a profitable one at that. This was how well she presented the sessions, gave instructions to follow and valid information. But guess what? I had no idea what business I would be engaged in. I thought long, I thought hard, and pondered on what type of business would it be. I knew that not only should it be profitable, but it should be a business to help others to feel empowered when it comes to money matters. Whilst brainstorming, I thought, should it only be a business to help others? Can it be a business to have them manage their cash flow? Or should it be a business to help others in a holistic manner pertaining to money matters, which would help them to change their mindset about money and debt? As someone who worked in the financial service industry for over 15 years, I knew sometimes it could be difficult when you are getting into debt. And if my background in accounting, with my great management and communication skills, I knew I could use my many years of experience and expertise to empower others in financial matters, to know that their money belongs to them and not feel like it is something which quickly has to slip away from their hands. Or something they would never have sufficient of, no matter how hard they worked. Most times, we spend our monies on items without thinking of the consequences. And during the spending times, it appears that that is the right thing to do. But the consultancy will work with clients to bring them in a frame of mind to know that they need to be always in control of their money, and help them realize that there will be always reasons to spend, but they should be choosing the best reason so that in the long term, they would always be joyful and not regretful. I am considering my homeland, Dominica. In 2019, things were very tough because 2 years before that, there was Hurricane Maria, which devastated our island, and we lost our GDP. 280% of our GDP was wiped out. While we were recovering, here comes COVID-19 riding like a wild horse all over the world. What happened? There was global shutdown. This action, though it was the best action they could have taken, was very negative on the individual income and families' income. I witnessed employees being laid off, which meant zero income. Others who were kept, their salaries were cut by 60%. Can you believe that? Now, we are hardly out of the pandemic, and we are facing ongoing prices, increase in prices, and things appear to be hard, but we are spending like there is no tomorrow. This situation, where with the increase in prices, has not done any good to families and their income. It's like an injustice is being done. The times were already rough and tough, and now some people think that there is no light at the end of the tunnel. But I am here to tell you there is always a way to handle our finances properly. And so I settled on being a finance coach business, which will help women who struggle with money management issues to get a grip on their finances. Now you may ask, why women? In my opinion, it is well understood that women are the ones who take on the brunt of the family, whether they are single or in a marriage relationship. Women are the spenders in the house, and they control the purse. So this is why I chose that category. And we are expected to place women and their family in control of their income. In any situation where cash is scarce, the family suffers. Important expenses are overlooked, and some children are afraid to ask for what they need because the family is constantly saying that cash is scarce. And so some of us grow up with a mind of scarcity. And no matter how much we have, we always think that we do not have enough. But Sweeney's consultancy will work with their clients to ensure that they bring them in that frame of mind, that whatever you have is enough and you will work with it. Not only in Dominica, but other places in other islands. Imagine your home being devastated. Like for instance, in Miami recently, they got this severe hurricane, which devastated most homes. And then with us, it was Mario. And in less than 3 years, we got COVID. We are in a bind for spending, but we are listening to some stations, be it on the television or the radio, and hearing of easy money. You can come to get some money. We will not question you. We will give you 90 days to pay. And because of the situation I am in, let's say me, I might just think, boy, I can get that money. I can get that loan. Let me go and get that money. Do you think that is the right thing to do at this time? You can place your answers in the chat. I will look at it after. Or consider another scenario where in August, most persons who have children going to school were thinking of school. And after school, in September came along, and we are thinking of other things. In countries where there are festivities, you think of festivities in October, in November. All these things you're spending money on. And then the most wonderful time of the year is coming, and we need things. So in America, some places are Halloween will be coming, and then Christmas will be coming. And by the time we realize it, we are in a debt trap. Sweeney's consultancy will work with its clients. But I am saying here this evening, it doesn't have to be Sweeney's consultancy. I would encourage anyone who find themselves in that situation to get someone to speak with, being your friend, being a financial advisor, being a financial coach. You get someone, you do not have to suffer. There is help out there. There is always a way. And in forming my business, I realized that retirement planning is of importance. I am a friend of someone and she's soon to be retired. When I went with her to check on her pension, the news was not good because she had not made sufficient payments and will not be getting a pension. Can you believe that? She will not be getting a pension. And so I thought of it and decided I will add retirement planning to my list of services because there is a need for it. Not too long ago, I have a friend who also lives in the US, and she asked me to check on her pension from our Social Security. She too will not be getting a pension. And she thought she would be getting a pension because sometimes we do not pay sufficient. And when we are young, that's not what we are thinking of. We are thinking of every other thing, but not the time when we retire and really need our money. And so to those caught in the debt trap, I will ensure that I work with them because sometimes we are in a debt trap, not because of anything we did not plan properly, but sometimes things happen and it goes out of our hand. So I will work with them. Sometimes it is our mindset. We have sufficient monies, but we always think that it is not enough. And I am here to say that whatever we get, it is enough. If we really know that it is not enough, there are passions we have, there are talents we have. We could come ahead and have a side job to make additional monies so that we can have those monies and not feel that we are in a constant state of scarcity. With Sweeney's consultancy, we will take you through the debt reduction process. You may find yourself in those situations, but there is a way. You could speak with your financial institution, have that institution extend the term of your loan, have that institution reduce your interest, have that institution pay off part of your loan for you. But if you do not know the questions to ask, then you might not be able to get those services. There is also the need to speak with your family, because sometimes as children, we do not know what our parents are having. We think that our parents has all the money in the world. And as a mother, some mothers try to ensure that their children get the best of everything, which is true and which is good, but then the child should be aware of their limitations. So we would guide you into having that discussion with your family, and not only your immediate family, but also the extended family. The extended family is very important, more so if they depend on the income of the family, so that they would know when certain things are going to be changed. Things can change, but in our mind, our child, we grew up our children, and they're supposed to take care of us. And we give them the best of everything, so they're supposed to know what we need. So this is very important when we are changing, or when we are trying to get into the habit of controlling our finances, a discussion should be held with our extended family. I will also be guiding some people on having a budget. Sometimes we spend and we do not budget. There is the zero budget, which can be used where all your income, where you expense all your income. And there is also what I love, the 50-30-20 rule, where 50% of your income is used for your needs, 30% for your wants, and you save 20%. Now, because 30% is your want, if you have debt and you want to reduce it from that 30%, you could pay an extra to the debt, because the amount given to you by your financial service provider is just a guide. The faster you pay your debt, it would be better. If you cannot pay as quickly as they ask you, you also ask them to extend. But whatever extra you have, you could pay it off and ensure that you are not burdened by your debts. As I said, we know that there are things you're going to need. However, you must choose very wisely what you need, what your needs are, and what your wants are. You must try so that you do not fall into any debt trap. However, if it so happens that you are in a debt trap, there are organizations and agencies who you can go to speak with them so that they would put you on the proper path so that you can have a joyful life and not worry about anything. And always remember, as Robert Schuller said, tough times never last, but tough people do. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the meeting. Rosalind?
Rosalind, are you there? It's going to go to me anyway for questions and answers. So if you have any questions or comments for Rosemary, please put them in the chat and I will read them out. And if you want to raise your hand, if you have a question, you can do that as well. Fabulous. Wonderful, wonderful. That was amazing.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm. That was Cassandra, right? You said it
Yes,
was amazing?
yes, yes. I mean, so many good nuggets in there. I mean, a wealth of information. Rosemary, I just want to say that I just had so many things in here. Oh gosh, where do I start? The resources that you provided to us was all right here. I mean, the questions, having to just to say, knowing that the right questions to ask is so important. If you don't know the right questions to ask, you don't get anywhere. And so by you saying that, that is so important. And I'm just wondering, do you give workshops?
I have not started. As a matter of fact, I recently started this business. It's just that I know about it, so I have not started, but that is one of the things I will be giving.
Great. Interested in it. I am interested. Great. Wonderful.
Fabulous. Thank you, Cassandra. And I have a corollary question to that. So you're in Dominica in the Caribbean. Are you open to clients from around the world or just in Dominica, just in the Caribbean? What's your target market as far as geography?
Okay, I am open to clients around the world because thanks to Mr. Zoom, it will be an online business. It will not be it's an online business, so it is around the world.
Mr. Zoom, I love that. And let me read out the questions and comments we have. Toastmaster of the Day, DTM Rosalind Khan said, lovely talk, so much great work you're doing. Dr. Nadine James said, great job, Rosemary. It was quite interesting, especially the retirement portion. Yeah, so a lot of people want to know about the retirement. And then Carolyn Douglas, our district director and member, she said, excellent presentation, Rosemary. Generously given. Awesome. And Dr. Michelle Pedicolis said, great presentation, Rosemary. And Maureen Xavier said, wonderful speech, Rosemary. You covered so many topics in a comprehensive and expansive way. I love your stand for women's money empowerment. Yes, that was great. And great what you told us what your target market was and why. That was fantastic. Then Carolyn Douglas says, I'm leery of the debt reduction companies. How do I know if the one I selected is really working in my interest of debt reduction? Can you answer that question, Rosemary?
Well, I would not be able to do a check on the other companies, so that's why she should come with me, because I will be genuine, and that's what I'm here for, to be genuine and to work in the interest of other people, because it is there, the help is there. It's just that some people, I don't know how they get carried away, because if you're going to assist someone with debt reduction, that should be your focus and that should be your goal.
Yeah, stick with the experts, right? Always key. And then Maureen said, the phrase you keyed, whatever you have is enough and we'll work with it. That's fabulous. She loved that you said that. And Kathleen Peel, she said, I agree. We know you are on our side by your intelligent, caring manner. And all those helpful ideas, the 50-30-20 idea, the debt trap solution, and to recognize we have the not enough attitude. Wonderful, wonderful. Anything else you want to add for us? Yes, Cassandra.
I like the way in which you presented it. You were very calm. You were your voice was very soothing. You had this way about you in which people are very leery already about speaking about debt, about money. And the way you presented it, you were very, I don't know, you had a way about you in which you made a person feel at ease. And the way you presented it as a woman to woman, it just seems like you were very embracing and welcoming and inviting.
Yes.
So
and trustworthy.
Yes, trustworthy. So you had that plus about you. So you presented in that tone and that manner and embracing and empowering. The words that you used, you gave, it was empowering.
Yes, absolutely. And we have one more comment from Maureen. She says, how do we get in touch with you if we want to discuss our situation with you? So if you could add your email and maybe your WhatsApp number, whatever you want, way that you want people to contact you into the chat, that would be fabulous. Well done, Rosemary, and good luck with your new business that's just launching, and we're so happy to be a part of your launch.
Thank you.
Great. One more round of applause for Rosemary. Wonderful. Okay. And back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day, Dr. DTM Rosalind Khan.
We will take a 5-minute break if you want to go out. If anybody wants to stay and ask your questions, we'll take a 5-minute break and we will be back then. Thank you so much. Timer. Okay, welcome back, everybody. I would like to introduce Isaac and our evaluator number 1. Isaac will tell us what the timing is, and then we will call for Maureen. So
Great,
Isaac,
thank you. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. The speech is going to be from 5 to 7 minutes. So at 5 minutes, green, 6 minutes, yellow, and 7 minutes, red, and you will have 30 seconds to wrap up that last thought. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you. All right, so I'd like to introduce Maureen, and she's going to introduce the path, the project, the purpose, and the timing.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Rosalind. Dr. Nadine James today is working on level 2 of presentation mastery pathway. The speech is effective body language. The purpose of this project is for Nadine to deliver a speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice, and refine how she uses nonverbal communication when delivering a speech. Her speech is brain gain, and the timing is 5 to 7 minutes. Back to you, Toastmaster Rosalind, to introduce her and her speech.
All righty, thank you. All right, so let me go ahead and introduce Dr. Nadine James is the president and CEO of Illumination Inc. She works with low-income students from the US and the Caribbean, steering them towards science, technology, engineering, and math, which is also known as STEM careers in healthcare. The speech title is Brain Gain. Let's give it up to Miss Nadine James.
Hello, everyone. My speech is on PowerPoint, and I do not have sharing capacity.
You got it now.
Okay, thank you. Hello, good evening. So, good evening, distinguished Toastmasters and guests. The topic is brain gain. So, effective learning is living, it's learning with freedom, ease, and discovery. Learning is not forced, nor is it indoctrination, coercive, or a dictatorship. Learning is fun, it's joyous, it's emotionally and intellectually moving. Learning is multidimensional, it's layered, it touches the mind, the emotions, and the spirit. I just realized something, I'm sorry. Just a minute. Is it possible to stop the timer in just a second? I just realized I'm not sharing the full screen. Can I do that?
Yes, you can do that.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. So, Jesus.
Oh, just relax. That's Murphy. Murphy always visits us.
Nadine, go to the bottom of the screen, the bottom menu on your PowerPoint.
Uh-huh.
Go down to the bottom where you should be able to advance your slides.
It seems like I'm, okay.
Okay, if you reduce them again, I'll show you where it is. I need to see it on the screen so I can point it to you.
I think it was the I think the problem is,
all right.
I'm sorry about that. Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. So
Relax.
No problem. You got this.
You got it. You got it.
okay.
Breathe.
So if effective learning is learning to live with freedom, ease, and discovery. Learning is not forced, nor is it indoctrination, nor is it coercive or a dictatorship. Learning is fun. Learning is joyous. Learning is emotionally and intellectually moving. It's multidimensional. It's layered. It touches the mind. It touches the emotions, the spirit. When you're actively engaged in the learning process, you are listening to the person. You're listening to the person that's speaking. When you're in deep concentration, you are writing as you're reading. At Illumination, there are 6 principles that we use to engage our students in great science teaching. One is challenge, where we cause them to struggle a little bit, right? Then there's explanation, where we break down the big pieces into bit size so they can understand. Then there's modeling, where we have them model or demonstrate what they were taught by demonstrating their knowledge and understanding through application. In our case, we use visual and performing arts. Then there's practice, where they're deliberately engaging in the correct practice of what they were taught, so that what they were taught is deeply embedded into their long-term memory. Then there's feedback, which provides them with, the correct path they should take. Then there's questioning. We also engage our students in motivation, intrinsic motivation. So we want our students to take ownership of their education, and when they take ownership, their motivation is increased, learning is increased, and then they find that they're successful as they're learning, and this brings positive emotions. It makes them happy and joyous. And so that cycle continues. It helps them to grow. And so I want to talk about one student I met who took on what we taught him. His name is Joel Brown. I met Joel in the summer, and his sister Janine in the summer of 2017, when I recruited them in the Illumination Human Body Project exhibit program. My first impression of Joel was that he was quiet, he was shy, but he was well-mannered and well-trained. As Joel participated in the Illumination programs, he demonstrated that he was intrinsically motivated. He took ownership of his education, and he did not have to be coerced. He just really engaged in what we were teaching him, such that to the point where he encouraged us to continue teaching. He was an astute scholar. He never missed a teaching session. And recognizing this, we chose to challenge him and his peers in a master's level research project. Now, Joel was 13 at the time. At this time, we gave Joel, actually, Joel chose, at 13 years old, he chose his project in HIV/AIDS. And he, out of all the students, received about 20 research papers. And this is what Joel, this is the poster that Joel presented to us. I was wowed. Joel demonstrated advanced thinking. And his mom later told me that after the program, he ended up on the high honor roll at his school. Joel also participated in subsequent summer programs. This particular one was called Cancer Snancer Reimagined.
Living Your Best Sustainable Life, where Joel chose to do his project on lung cancer. And this was his presentation in visual arts of what he got from what we taught him. So, and on February 15th of this year, February 15, 2022, I received this photo from his mom telling me that Joel was the only student in his school district who received a national honor by the College Board for an outstanding performance in his SATs. This made me beam with pride. I watched Joel take part in our programming, and he took what we taught him and ran with it. And so, just being encouraged by Joel, these are our upcoming students in elimination, and I consider them as motivation exemplified. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Nadine, that was absolutely wonderful. You did fantastic. It all worked out in the end, and you could truly see your passion. Let's take a moment of silence. And I'll have the timer remind me when we're ready.
Time is up.
All righty, thank you so much. I'd now like to introduce our second evaluator, who is going to be Mary Thomas. And Mary Thomas is going to introduce the speech path project, the purpose, and the timing.
Yes. Her speech is going to be 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I will show the green. At 6 minutes, the yellow, and at 7 minutes, the red, and 30 seconds to wrap up. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
All right, so Mary, can you give us the path, project, purpose, and timing?
Toastmaster of the day, as well as my speaker. The purpose of this speech, or rather the requirement, is to write a speech with purpose. Therefore, what I'd be looking for would be a speech purpose statement, following which, based on that purpose statement, the speaker is required to give a speech, deliver a speech, which is well organized and well delivered. The requirements are very minimal, but primarily for a well-delivered speech with well-written content. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much. So Alpana Aras King is a South Asian entrepreneur. She's a personal brand coach and award-winning photographer. She combines strategy and creativity to help purpose-driven women, entrepreneurs, leaders, and professionals to unleash their inner star and become the face of their brand for impact influence, and income. As an immigrant and person of color, Alpana is passionate about turning her lens on diversity issues through her personal and professional photography. Her work with Everyday Bay Area Collective has drawn attention to the untold stories of people on the margins, humanizing those that look different to create exceptions in social change. Let's give it up to Be Bold, Be Seen, Alpana Araski.
Hey, you. Yes, you. Have you been hiding behind a mask? Are you hiding your authentic self for the fear of being fully seen? There are parts of us that we keep hidden. Dr. Brené Brown, a therapist and researcher, said a lot of people, especially leaders, and especially women, have a tendency to acquiesce and orphan parts of themselves to be seen more as a leader. A few years ago, I took a photo of myself wearing this mask, and then I buried it deep in my hard drive. So one afternoon, I was bored and uninspired, and I decided to play with my brand new camera. My muse, which is my son, had revolted, and I was the only model available for the day. So I decided to do something edgy and play. I stepped on to the front desk of my house in this lacy dress that I had purchased for a model. Now our house has a front deck, but it's shielded from our neighbors because of this large tree in front of it. And to be honest, I didn't really care. I spent about an hour or so taking photos. I was running back and forth from behind the camera to in front of it, because taking photographs of yourself, self-portraits, can be a little tricky because you have no idea what you're looking at. But it was a lot of fun. After I was done, I looked at the photos and I buried them on my hard drive, never to have them see the light of the day. Over the years as a photographer, I was so much more comfortable being behind the lens rather than being in front of it. So taking you back to my early years, I grew up in a household where it wasn't really safe to express my feelings. Fear and authority drove my upbringing. I was conditioned to be a good girl. So naturally, I rebelled, and all my rebellion was in secret, which, by the way, made me feel extremely joyous. When I was 16, I went to a dive bar with a friend of mine to get beer. Now, my friend was a year or two older than me. She wore red lipstick and she was extremely confident. Once we got to the bar, I realized that the bar was owned by a friend of my father's, and I panicked. I tried to hide myself in the bar. Thankfully, the lights were dim, and after drinking Khajurao, which is a pretty strong beer, I felt pretty happy, and I forgot all about my father. As a personal branding coach and photographer, over the past years, I have seen the masks that women tend to wear. I saw that when they stepped in front of the camera, some of them would look uncomfortable, no matter how confident they were in their other lives. This prompted me to have conversations with women and ask them about their fears before they stepped in front of the camera. So here are some of the things that I heard. I'm camera shy. I'm too fat. I am too thin. I am not photogenic. I don't look like myself in pictures. I don't know how to pose. I don't know what to wear. And this one is my favorite. I have to lose X number of pounds before I book the photos. Now, this really breaks my heart. Can you relate to any of this? If so, type a comment in the chat. Now, through coaching, I've helped my clients go through their inner journey so that they can show up authentically and embody their brand. Now, none of this would have been possible for me if I hadn't worked on my own mindset by hiring coaches and doing the inner work. I took action to be bold and to be seen. Remember that photo of me in the mask? I'm sure you're dying to see it. So here it is. Now, I shared this photo publicly in a Facebook group along with my story. And then a year or so before, I also hosted an online summit called the Power Her Up Show, where I interviewed 21 experts on social media, finance, marketing, and mindset to help women entrepreneurs uplevel their business. Now, this helped me transition from being somebody that was behind the camera to stepping boldly in front of it. So I wanted to share 3 things with you as maybe it can help you move forward. Number 1, being visible is an inside job. You really need to dig deeper into your identity and your value system so that you can show up as your authentic self. Number 2, don't try to fit into a box. Often society wants us to fit into the box, and I can't tell you for how long I did that because of societal expectations and some of the baggage that I brought along the way. Let your uniqueness shine. Number 3, stop chasing the shiny object. There's always a shiny object that's beckoning you to embrace it. Make a conscious decision to not chase it. And if you're chasing something, it should be something that can help you with your expansion. So I hope this has helped you in some way become joyous. So tell me, how are you going to step into being bold and being seen? Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Awesome. Aparna, thank you so much. It's so great to hear the story of empowerment coming through both of our speakers. How did they know that's what we were going to talk about on our theme for today? But let's go ahead and take a moment of silence to go ahead and process what we've heard.
Time is up.
All right. Well, now we are going to come to the time of the hour to go ahead and go into our table topics and our table topics master. But before we get to that, we need to know what our timing is.
Thank you, Madam Table Topics Master. Madam Toastmaster. Table topics will be from 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, green. 1.5 minutes, yellow. 2 minutes, red, and 30 seconds to wrap it up. That is the timing. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
All right, let's go and introduce Sally Reyes and who she is going to be doing our table topics for today. Let's take it away, Sally.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited. I haven't done this very often. And in this table topics scene, I would like to say that whoever gets chosen or is going to respond, you are a drama student on stage. You're coming onto stage and someone will mention a character. Imagine your surroundings and speak in a voice slightly different than your own than your normal voice. So let's see. First, I'd like to maybe call on Rosalind. Would you like to be first?
Of course. Somehow I knew my name was going to get called. How did I know that?
Ah, I'm sorry. It's
okay. I always enjoy it.
Okay, you are Marlene Dietrich.
I am.
An exotic German actress. You are married to a very rich man. Where are you going on this wonderful trip? And what will you do there?
Dear, 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 we're going on a trip now. Where in the possible world might we go? You know, I love Paris. It is just absolutely sensational. I love those little croissants, the gorgeous food there, the delightful fashion. I don't want to go to that boring Poland again. You know, it is just, the weather is just abhorrent and I don't know what we could do there. So dear, dear, pack the bags, pack the bags. I hear the taxi club is coming. Are you ready? Are you ready? We are going to have the time of our life. I'll get my postcards. I'll call the travel agent. And please don't forget to bring plenty of cash in case I forget anything or leave anything behind. You know, we're just made of money, everything to the top. Dear, I think they're at the door now. We must go. Tiddly, bye-bye.
What a delightful scene. That was wonderful. And now we have, let's see, Michael Chu. We have a guest, Michael Chu. Is it C-H-U? Michael, is he there? Okay, well, let's try Elios. Do we have Elios on? Quiet.
I don't see Elios, but we got Sampa and we have
Sapa? Is that the correct way to pronounce it?
And we have Frederica too. She's a guest. If somebody could put a G in front of her name, that would be great.
It's Shimpa.
Yes, can you speak? Can you speak to me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Ah, great. Let's see. How about Wonder Woman? Let's see if you are going to be on stage and you're going to imagine you're Wonder Woman. You're a strong, caring person who has magical powers. What are you wearing and flying? How can you help someone in trouble?
Okay. Should I just start? I never done this. Oh man. I am a Wonder Woman. I am beautifully dressed in this princess-like dress with this beautiful, beautiful diamond crown on my head with this magical sword that I have. Now, this is not just a sword, it's a special sword that I can point it to any direction and I can just travel to anywhere with this magical sword. Let's see where I can point. Maybe I can point it to this young lady over there. Young lady, looks like you're so sad. Let me just take you to this beautiful, beautiful land and give you all the happiness that exists, that you deserve to have. Would you love to travel with me? Yes, I would love to. Sure, here we go. Ding, there's a magic carpet. Let's step into it. Let's fly through the sky. Are you happy? Yes, I am so happy. I cannot express my feeling. Nobody ever done this in my life for me, what you have done. Well, my goal was to bring happiness, a smile into you. Are you ready to go back? Yes. And you ready to share your experience? Oh, yes, yes. Thank you. I don't know what I even did.
That was wonderful, wonderful. And do I have a guy? Come on, give me a guy who wants to take on one of these roles.
No guys.
Oh,
Except me and
well, come on and take it then, please.
okay, I'll give it a shot.
Thank you. You are Dick Tracy, a hard-boiled detective. A murder has occurred. What do you see? How do you feel? And where do you go with this?
Thank you for that, Madam Tabletop Topics. I know that there's a crime that's just been committed. I can tell by the blood on the floor. And I'm gonna follow that blood trail until I get to the corporate who stabbed this victim, because I see blood footprints all over the floor. And as I get to the door, the front door, I see the man laying over some bushes in a lot of pain, because apparently there was a struggle that they did and the victim fought back. So the perpetrator was laying over some bushes. He was hurt in pain, but I call the police because that's what Dick Tracy does in times like this. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much. I love a little drama. Would someone like to take on an animal? I would like to hear from someone who'd love to be an animal. How about a dog?
How about Karen or Frederica? Those are our two guests.
Oh, Frederica, great. Can you give it a try?
I am trying to get off of full screen and I don't know how that happened.
Oh dear.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Frederica, are you there?
Maybe she's away. I wonder if Karen would want to answer.
Carrie?
Karen. Our
Hello.
area
What
director.
is the question now?
Okay. You are Dudley Do-Right. And you are a dog trained to find a lost person. You look for the scent in the bushes and streams and over the rocks and hills. And rangers are following your direction.
Okay, Madam Table Topics Master. I'm sorry, may I just make sure I understand what's going on here? I'm Dudley Do-Right, but I'm a dog.
Yes.
Okay, and I am searching for the missing person.
A lost person.
A lost person. Okay. All right. I think I have it. Sorry about that. Let me start now. Find this person. I gotta find this person. Everybody's following me. Everybody's expecting me to find this person. I know I can do it. I know I can. Oh, he's not over here. It's not over here. Wait, he hasn't been. Wait, I think I smell. Oh, this guy has sticky feet. Yeah, I'm gonna follow him. I'm gonna follow him. Yes. Oh, see. Oh, he's been over here. Oh, wait, he went into the water. Oh, how am I gonna find him now? Let's see if he comes. I'll go along the water. I'll see. Oh, here's a shoe. Here's a shoe. I'll keep following. Here's a shoe. Let me show it to the people that are following me. Here's a shoe. Here's a shoe. Okay, I got it. Oh, I see a color. I see a color in the bushes over there. Let me see if that's where he is. Oh, there he is. He's asleep. Oh. Back to you.
Thank you. I thought that was wonderful. I enjoy hear people trying to on different voices and getting involved in something absurd for a moment. Thank you. Back to you. Whoever's in charge, I forgot.
Oh, that was amazing. Thank you for taking on that wonderful tour. I just absolutely loved it. I'd like to go ahead and call for the timer for calling the general evaluator for the evaluation portion of the meeting. That would be Cassandra.
Okay, can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now this comes for a time in our meeting where we will get the times for the evaluation. So I'd like to introduce Isaac Ford. Isaac, would you give us the times, please?
Yeah, thank you, Madam General Evaluator. The timing for evaluations are going to be 2 to 3 minutes. So at 2 minutes, I will show the green. 2.5, yellow. At 3 minutes, red, and you will have 30 seconds to wrap it up. Back to you, Madam GE.
Thank you, Isaac. Okay, so the time, let's get here. For speech 1, Maureen. Evaluator.
Thank you, General Evaluator Cassandra. Dr. Nadine, wow. I want to compliment and acknowledge and celebrate you in the fact that after you restarted your speech, I had no idea that anything before had transpired. Absolutely no idea. It was as if it was gone and you were there and you were passionate. I love how you look today. The presentation of your hair and the scarf and the hat is like so inviting. You did an amazing job, in my opinion, with your vocal variety, even though it's verbal. I wanted to acknowledge that anyway, with your gestures, with your eyes, and with your animation. You are obviously an expert and passionate on your topic. Some of the other things I loved about the nonverbal parts of your presentation were the things that popped out at me. Is one is the picture you used of the students in the classroom, how it's obvious to me the one that was the most serious was there in a suit, and as well as the picture actually showed all the different other kinds of learners. There was one that was like not paying attention. There was one that was smiling. So that was a beautiful representation right there of what you're dealing with in different kinds of learners. The poster that he had made was fabulous. And also one of the things that really drew me in was the outline of what looked like a flower on one of the slides. I don't remember actually what the different things were, but that was really captivating and drew me in. For one of the challenges I had with this PowerPoint slides is I actually have ADHD, and I have reading learning issues. So when I saw the slides, with a lot on the slide, as well as like most of the prose, I disconnected from you because I went into my little, oh, I don't know what to do here, reading it all. Do I choose whether I listen to Nadine or I read the slide? So for me, that took away from the power and the possibility of your speech. And I invite you into, this is both the challenge and the stretch, as I invite you into considering how all different kinds of learners actually receive what you are presenting. That the way I reacted just could be me. And it's helpful to take into account different things that may disconnect you from the person who's receiving your speech. I am acknowledging, celebrating you as well as the community, how we all, you received the feedback and the support from all of the different people in the community. I'm not going to go into the distractions that happened there. I think you already know them and you're on top of that. The challenge I would have for you, the reach for you would be to give the speech again and to change the slides when you give it again, to only put on each slide the pictures, the graphics, the words that communicate the most impactful part of what you are trying to communicate and help land with the person what you're wanting them to receive. Again, I acknowledge you, I celebrate you, you are a fantastic speaker, and I look forward to maybe hearing your speech again someday. Back to you, General Evaluator Cassandra.
Thank you so much. Next, we have, second speech. May we have, and is it Mary Thomas? I don't have her name written down on the, but I believe I've written it down. Hold on. Nadine, it was for Nadine's speech. Arcana speech, be bold, be seen. So it would be, oh my gosh, where am I? Mary Thomas. It's yours. Go for it.
General Evaluator.
Yes.
And most of all, my speaker. I am so happy and honored to be evaluating your speech, Alpana. I say this with all genuineness because I know you. So it's so much more meaningful to evaluate someone I know. Your speech, but the first thing actually I should be saying is that I was caught immediately when you were spotlighted on your virtual background. It clearly states your name, it clearly states your purpose, your speech purpose, I would think, and I think it's your business enterprise purpose as well. Be bold, be seen. And you made that very, very clear. So that would be your, I took that as your speech purpose statement. That was the title of your speech. Wonderful. Be bold, be seen. What I like, that's very cliched. I would just say that authenticity, honesty was reeling in your speech because you gave so many examples, which I personally could resonate with. Hiding in the bar, I know what that is like. We all come from that Asian background where we have to hide just to get some things done. I could totally resonate with that. And that's where I felt the honesty. That's where I felt the authenticity. And for me, in any speech, authenticity and honesty are so important. Just like how the world champion, he spoke about the difficulty of his name. That's so true. It's so true for so many of us, and especially for him. He won because he put it out there correctly. Likewise, you've done that, and that's just fantastic. You weaved stories that were relatable to us. I don't think it's only Asians, sometimes even other nationalities. They have parents who stop them from going out because they need to discipline the children. And there we have children sneaking out, and all that is just so real. So those were your stories that you could share with us to make us understand what the whole thing was about, what you're trying to say. Your language was clear, easily understood, your tone, speed, volume. I must say you have a very youthful voice, really. I would have thought you're a teenager or a young adult if I were to shut my video down. You have a very youthful voice, very pleasant to hear. You definitely had an interest and purpose. Again, as I say, it's a storytelling kind of a speech. You fulfilled your speech purpose. And the only thing I can say to challenge you is, this is just a guideline. Since you're doing presentation mastery, always remember, for every speech that you do, remember you're mastering your presentation skills. And this is a generic statement. I'm not saying it in relation to your current speech. Whenever we are in a pathway, whether it's visionary communication, anything, all the speeches should be done geared towards that pathway. And you've done that. I'm just reminding you for your next speeches. You're a great speaker. You're going to do a great job in this pathway. Back to you.
That was my mistake. I muted you by accident, Cassandra.
Well, undo it.
You're muted, Cassandra.
How about now? Can you hear me?
You're good.
Okay. Sorry about that, you guys. I'm going to call for the reports from the timer and the grammarian, please. May I have those?
Okay, yes, okay. The timing report.
Yes,
Our
please.
keynote speaker, Rosemary's, was 14 minutes and 56 seconds. The Q&A by Cynthia was 6 minutes and 14 seconds. The first speaker, Nadine, I was not sure exactly when to stop the timing. So the timing was really a little unclear, but the total time was 8 minutes and 5 seconds. So I'm sure you could have actually been on time had you not had any technical difficulties. And Alpana, you came in perfect, 7 minutes and 21 seconds. Maureen, your evaluation was 3 minutes and 12 seconds. Mary, your evaluation was 3 minutes and 15 seconds, so you came in on time. On the table topics, Sampa's was 1 minute and 46 seconds. Karen was 1 minute and 6 seconds. And let's see, Rosalind was 0.58 minutes, so you qualified. And myself, I was 1 minute and 8 seconds. Back to you, Madam GE.
Okay. So at this juncture, I am going to give an evaluation of the meeting proceedings and invite the VPE to speak. So my evaluation of the meeting, we started on time. The keynote speaker, what a speech. It was empowering. I mean, to think that so many people are having problems now with the economy and debt for reasons I think that we all know about. I think that for women, that are in the workforce now. Many financially are gaining their footing. So I think that it would behoove a lot of women to, even if you're not in debt, but just to realize the impact and how powerful money and the financial responsibility is. There's a lot of single parents, women that are single parents that need to know about finances and how money works. So even if you're not in debt, just to learn about the financial aspect of money. So bring your friends, family, gather up. Let's get Miss Rosemary into getting this workshop going, but also hearing about the other speeches, Nadine and all of these women that have given these speeches. So empowering. What a joyous occasion today has been. And I just behoove all of the guests, please come back. This is not just a one-time thing. This happens every week. And so this is the importance of the timing aspect, that we come on time, we adhere to the agenda, and this is what it's all about. Learning, resources. I mean, look at the people that are here. These are some powerful women and men. These are resources that you can have here. It's just not just about speeches, but this is about networking also. So this is what our meeting is all about. This is about networking. This is about learning. This is about, we heard a speech about learning. All sorts of things, pathways, learning about speeches. I mean, it's just so much that you can gather here. So this meeting has been one great meeting. And now I'd like to turn it over to our VP. Kathleen, take it over.
I agree with you, Cassandra, and everybody else present. We are so proud of this club. Everything was wonderful, from the Sergeant at Arms to all the speakers, that incredible table topics section. I'm just so proud of you guys. Now, what I'm here to do is to ask you for November 7 is our next our next meeting at this time slot. And we have a completely open roster. We have space for 2 speeches. We have space for 2 evaluators. We have space for the Toastmaster of the meeting, a grammarian, table topics, timer, and general evaluator. Got the whole thing open.
We're actually have 4 speech slots because we can start doing our TEDx speeches because we don't have a keynote speaker. Yeah.
Look at that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was our last keynote speaker. Well, we're going to have one for our party next week, our anniversary. But yeah, lots of speeches. And I'd like to see Nadine and Alpana speak again since we have 4 slots.
Yeah, let's get busy.
Yes.
Get busy, go for broke, free for all, speak.
Are you up for that, Nadine? And let me see. Nadine and Alpana?
Sure, but I just wanted to know, because you said something about the 6th, November 6th in the chat. So is that?
Yeah. So it's a Sunday. That's the clubhouse. And then the 7th is on Monday. So you could speak at the clubhouse meeting and then the next day in Leaders Worldwide. It's the same speech, but we'll have a little different flavor.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be wonderful.
And it's along the same path, in the same pathway.
Yeah, in this, yeah, we'll talk afterward and I'll guide you through that. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Awesome. And what about you, Alpana?
So I think I'm going to pass because it's my birthday the next day. So I believe I'm going to be doing something crazy and fun.
And then you'll have to come back and tell us about it.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll get you scheduled for the next slot.
Well, unless what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Right. But we still
Give us
need
a
the
glimpse.
grammarian's report, right?
Ooh, yes. We forgot that.
Oh, thank you very much, Alpana.
Oh, thank you for remembering that. I felt like I was being dismissed. As a grammarian.
Yeah.
So I listened carefully. And awes and the fillers, and I just didn't hear a lot of them. I think everybody's really onto that, and they have figured out that they don't want to do those words. But everybody remembered to use the word of the day, joyous, like Nadine did, and Alpana did. Is that how you say that name? Alpana? And Alpana?
Yes.
Alpana? Thank you. Alpana.
Thank you.
You used the word twice. You were really with it. And Sally used it. Oh, what have I got down here about Sally? I don't know what I wrote about you, Sally.
That's okay.
I couldn't even understand my own writing. And anyway, I love the fact that everybody was using joyous, and because that's what we are, right?
Right.
Thank you. Back to somebody.
And I apologize if I missed you, Sandra.
Well, that's okay. It makes it interesting, right?
Thank you.
And once again, think about speeches, and let's also step up for the functionary roles. We got plenty of them. Who wants to practice
Looks like
evaluation?
Sally's got her hand up. first.
Okay, very good, Sally. What would you like to do?
I want to do my grammarian role. I miss it.
All right. Sally is in there. And
You can put me down for
Sandra.
a speech.
Yes.
Isaac, did you say a speech?
Yeah, you can put me down for a speech.
I'm so happy. We'll hear from Isaac. And Sandra, what would you like to do?
Do you want me to be the timer? I can try being timer.
Fabulous. I am thrilled, Sandra Edwards. And how about Ms. Roslyn? What would you like to do? You're a
I'm sorry.
wonderful evaluator and you're a wonderful speaker. What shall we have Roslyn do?
What is open?
Just about every little thing.
Every little thing?
Yes.
And what is the date?
This is the 7th of November.
Okay. Well, we could have a speech. We could have a speech.
Would you like to do a speech? Good deal.
Sure, we'll give a speech.
All right, Rosalind. And Maureen, you said you would not be here. Okay, good. Thank you very much, Maureen, for going to the agenda and letting me know what you'll be doing. And that's a reminder to everyone to go to the agenda and sign up for roles. And Michelle, will you be coming?
I will be out of town, but it's a possibility that I can come. And I was thinking either evaluator, Toastmaster, or general evaluator, whichever one you need. I thought you might want to see who wants to do stuff. I can do any of them.
You know, if you were to have, do you think your connection is reliable? Can I make you
Oh,
the
yeah.
Toastmaster of the day?
Sure, it's totally
Okay.
reliable.
All right, wonderful. So Michelle, you'll be our Toastmaster of the meeting.
I shouldn't say that. You never know, right?
Yes, that's true.
But it's
So
been
true.
good so far because the cell tower is just on the bluff above us. So it's better than in my own home.
Okay, well, thank you, Rosalind. Thank you so much for your service, and it was delightful. And Mary Thomas, will you be coming? Would you like to speak, evaluate, do table topic session, or a general evaluator?
I think speakers are full, right? We have 4, right?
No, we just have 2, as far
Well,
as
we
I
have-
know.
We have Isaac, we have Rosalind, and we
Rosalind.
have Nadine.
Nadine. So
We
need
do
one
have
more
Nadine.
speech.
Oh, thank you.
One more speech. Yeah.
Oh, good,
And
Nadine.
we can, Sampa wants to give a speech.
No, she's not.
She will be in a member by November
Oh, she
1st.
will.
Yeah. So let's put her in. Yeah.
She wants to do a speech?
Yep, she just back channeled me that she's
That's
up for a speech because she's got
wonderful.
her TEDx speech
Sampa.
already ready.
Oh. Oh, that's wonderful. What a star you are, Ms. Sampa Akhtar.
Thank you. I wasn't sure, so that's why I wasn't saying anything.
I'm really glad that Cynthia is being your advocate.
Yeah, she is amazing. She's
Yes,
the
she
reason that
is.
I'm here, right?
Yes. And so Mary, you did an evaluator. It was exquisite, your evaluation. Would you want to do that? There's also the table topics role open.
Yeah, I could do one of those.
Which
Anything.
is your
Just put me in
favorite?
somewhere. I'm fine. I'm good either way. You can put me anywhere.
Okay, I would like you to evaluate because we have a big need for wonderful evaluators.
I'll do it.
Thank you kindly.
So
All right.
tell me again, what day?
This is the 7th of November, and that is in the evening.
In the
That for
evening.
California time, that's
5:30
6
p.m.
to 8.
And I have signed up for a timer.
Yes, you have.
Okay.
Our Wonder Woman hero. All right. And I would love another evaluator.
But
How about
Rosemary.
Rosemary?
Yeah, we're thinking alike. I love it. Is she there?
Ms. Rosemary, the Wonder Woman, she may have nodded off to sleep. It's quite late for
No,
Ms.
I'm
Rosemary.
still here.
There you are. Would you care to do an evaluation for us?
That would be okay.
Oh, good. All right, very good. And any Sally? Oh no, you're doing. Okay, well,
She's
it
doing
looked
Mary.
Mary.
I'll say, what about Cassandra? Did she?
Cassandra and Cynthia.
Oh, thank you,
And
Cassandra.
Elkanah, are you able to fill a role? If you can't do a speech, could you fill a role like
No, she's
table
she's
topics?
going to celebrate her birthday.
Well, I'm actually doing table topics next week
Good.
for, I think that's the kind of Diwali day. So I don't want to commit to anything in case I'm not here
Okay.
on the 7th. Yeah.
And let's see. So Cassandra, Ms. Cassandra, would you care to do an evaluation?
For the 7th?
Yes.
That's fine.
Oh,
And is
wonderful.
Maureen
Thank you.
scheduled? Did she sign up for something, Maureen?
She's not coming that
Oh,
day.
she's not coming. Okay. And I can be, do you need another evaluator?
Yes, please.
I'll be an evaluator.
All right, that's wonderful. That is so splendid. All right. That is it. Is that correct?
That's everybody.
Okay,
Woohoo.
So does that just leave table topics that isn't covered?
that's correct.
Yeah, maybe we can find somebody to do that.
Yes, and I can step in if I have to.
There you
Okay.
But
go.
I would
Yeah.
like some, I'll check out. I'll see if we can invite some others.
Great.
Thank you so much for making me so proud and happy and honored to be in your club. And I turn it back to our charter president, Cynthia Stahl.
You are muted,
Gotta
Cynthia.
find my mic. Great. This was a fabulous meeting and wonderful, Kathleen, signing up everybody for roles. That was and very engaging. I'm glad everybody's either not here or signed up. I love it. I love it. I love it. And that was an amazing meeting. Table Topics was out of this world. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. And that's like your second tabletop is that you ever have done before. So that's great. And the grammarian was great, and the timer and all the speeches. Oh my gosh. And the evaluations. This was just the top-notch meeting. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I would like to take this opportunity to get some takeaways, especially from our guests. What did you learn in the meeting? This is our takeaways and chocolates. And so we give away virtual chocolates because we're not in person. So I would like to start with our dignitary, our area director, Karen. What are your takeaways?
Well, this was an excellent meeting. It was very well organized. You stuck very closely to the agenda. I appreciated you providing an agenda so that I could follow along with the meeting. The speakers were all very inspiring and definitely knew their stuff. The evaluations were so productive and instructive. They were very encouraging. They highlighted the things that were done well. They made suggestions for what could be improved. And they ended with encouragement and applaud. I want to take this moment because you guys for having so many people here and engaging everyone. You do such a good job and you have such a good feeling of camaraderie between you. Things seem to flow smoothly and it's very, very obvious. I swallow the floor and I just want to take a second to thank Isaac. You did such a great job as Sergeant at Arms, keeping the meeting together and doing everything. And Cynthia, as VPPR, you have certainly done an excellent job promoting the club and just helping everyone. You're always helping people. I want to thank Michelle, who is, she's here as she's your secretary. And I want to thank her for taking that role on, but she's also the coach for my club, ARPB Toastmasters, and she's doing an excellent job at that. Kathleen, you did a great job today, and as getting the roles filled, getting everybody in line and together with the help and filling those 4 speaker spots. It's not always easy, even though you have a lot of people. Sometimes people are reluctant to step up and speak, and you did a really good job of filling the roles. And so I just want to thank all the officers of this club, because under your leadership, everybody is doing an excellent job and you guys have a dynamic meeting. So I just want to thank you. It was an honor to be here tonight. And and I'll be filing a really good report. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. And we always give away virtual chocolates if you want one, or any other dessert.
Well, I'll always take chocolate. Thank you.
Any kind? Like with
Any-
almonds
Any
or
kind of
caramel?
dark chocolate that has some kind of nuts in it.
Woohoo! Okay, coming your way. Dark chocolate with lots of nuts. Woohoo! Awesome. Thank you so much, Karen. We're so happy to have you here and visiting us. And yeah, and you gave us great feedback. We really appreciate that. I'm going to ask our other guests, Mary, what are you taking away with you?
The camaraderie in the club, that friendly atmosphere. And when I look at my laptop screen, I can see smiling faces. That's such a nice feeling. And I see very quick response when someone is speaking. I don't see that on our side here. It takes a while, you know, people kind of like digest everything, and after a while they'll be clapping, but this is like very good quick response. I like that. I like Alpana's speech as well. Really nice speech. I'm so glad I was the evaluator. Yeah, that's about it. That's my takeaway.
Excellent. Okay, and what kind of virtual chocolate would you like?
May I add one more? Michael Chu was my guest, and he's a seasoned Toastmaster, 32 years, and he chartered the first club in the southern part of Malaysia. Yeah, and he just told me he had to leave, and he told me to tell you guys are great. And he said, I was looking for the guys. Where are all the guys? Many ladies on the screen.
Yeah. Thank you for inviting him, a guest that invites a guest. And you invited a guest last time too. You're awesome. Awesome. And would you like a chocolate?
Sure.
What would you like in it?
What do you have?
Any
chocolate will do.
I have, my favorite is a dark chocolate, Belgian dark chocolate. Would you like any nuts?
Great. Yeah.
Do you want some almonds in there too?
Sure.
Okay,
As long as
here's
it's chocolate, anything goes.
Dark Belgian chocolate with almonds. Woohoo! Here it comes. Woo! Good catch.
She caught it.
Awesome. And let me see if we have any more guests. Frederica, do you have your microphone there? Love to have you visit. Awesome. Maybe she doesn't away from her microphone. And Shampa. Woohoo! Our guest that's going to be speaking at the next meeting for the evening. I love that you step up. And you back channeled me saying, can I speak? I'm like, yes. What are you taking away with you, Shampa?
Oh man, it's inlet is so much. It was packed with so much information. I have learned so much. I love the keynote speaker, and I have learned so much, and I'm already taking seriously, especially that 50, 30, 21. And I loved those 7 minutes speeches, especially talking about how to make the learning, to make it fun. And also I loved how we do hide ourselves behind the camera. So that was quite interesting. And those table talks that we did, obviously never done that before, that Wonder Woman part. And the murder scene. And my favorite one was the missing person. I think she did an amazing job. I was laughing the entire time. So yes, I have learned so much. Thank you so much for having me here.
You're welcome. We're so glad to have you. You make an excellent addition to our club. I just am thrilled. Would you like a chocolate?
Hold on, mute comma, currently unmuted.
Sure, I would like to have that Belgian chocolate, all the nuts. Just throw all the chocolates at me. I will have all the chocolates in the world.
A whole box full. Okay. Dark Belgian chocolate. Here it comes. Woo! Great, 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 great. Yeah. And Maureen says that Table Topics was totally off the hook, both the topics master and the speeches. And thank you, Sally, for drawing forward so much innovation and fun and joyousness. Awesome. We're out of time, but that was an amazing, amazing event. Wow, 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 wow. And I hope you come back on November 7th. We won't have we have Halloween night off the 31st, and we'll come back on November 7th. We also have in the afternoon session at 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific time. We have our 2-year anniversary next week, which is the 24th. Yeah, and we're going to have a very special guest. We have an international director that will be coming and giving us a short keynote speech. And we have a lot of amazing things lined up for that one too. So thank you so much. You all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much. Bye-bye for now. Bye.